progress so far?
Listen, this is insane. It looks like an anthill at my house with a ton of ants just doing crazy stuff. So far, the pond is perfect.
Taking shape the next couple days. We're gonna have a running waterfall. Hey, what's up everybody? Ed the Pond Professor here. I am coming to you today from just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. Check out this phenomenal view behind me, as well as all the work that's happening up here on top of this hill. I'm out here for a week. Today, for the next couple days, I'm gonna be working on this particular project. This is over at Keaton's place. He's the muscle from Diesel Brothers. Really, really cool property, incredible home. They just moved in. You can still see that there's tons of stuff that's happening here. Swimming pools going in, and we're here doing a water feature. I'm gonna go do a quick little walkthrough, but it is going to be a busy week because after we finish up this project later on this week, we're going to head over to the Pond Guy's place just outside of Park City, Utah. Looking forward to a lot of cool stuff happening. Let's go check it out. Getting ready to do this very formal water feature over here. So there's going to be some beautiful Unilock walls that are going inside of this. It's actually going to be a deck that's cantilevered out over the edge of this. So they're actually building all this because they had to retain that massive hillside over here. You could see some of our Aquascape equipment. We have some of the different piping. We have rubber liner here. We also have a huge roll of underlayment and rubber liner over on the other side to do our water feature. And then we have some of the other components that we're going to need for the water quality and clarity. IonGen, we have our pumping system. We have AquaBlox, snorkel, Centipede, because we are doing a wetland filter. It's going to be a little bit unique because we're tucking it right in between those blocks over there. It's going to kind of blend itself into that wall. You know, we're going to have to go pick out some of these rocks. We're going to have this open body of water down here in the middle, and then the Unilock walls are going to be going all the way around this outside perimeter. What I think I'm going to have to probably do relatively quickly here is we should start shooting some elevations to see exactly where our water level is actually going to be, because I have to determine how we're going to be connecting into our wetland filter that's over here on this other side. Alright, so here's a very, very small pile of stone that's here. But I guess we probably could just grab anything here on this hillside. And all this stone was actually generated right here as they were doing grading work, cutting roads and foundations and things like that. I think we will be able to find some amazing stone. I would love, love, love to use this thing, but we don't have any equipment that's even close to being able to move this. But check that out. Utah's got some pretty incredible geology. Wow, look at that. Excavation is going along. This is going to be for the intake bay. This is going to be the main pond over in this section. You can see he's putting in forms down here on the bottom, which is going to be for a concrete base for the vertical walls that are going in. Remember, this is going to be a very formal pond, so we're going to have nice straight vertical lines coming up. He's doing all Unilock products, so it'll be beautiful. All that's going to set on top. But we have our areas where water has to get sucked into our AquaBlox, and you've seen me use these 1,000 times. So what we're doing right now is we're setting the right elevation for water to come into this bay over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to recess the AquaBlox down another 9.5 inches below the bottom of this current excavation. We're doing a large retaining wall over in this section to hold up our wetland. It's going to match this material over here. So we're going to have some walls coming out like little wing walls over here, 2 blocks high. This is going to get our wetland filter, and then right here in this middle section is going to be our waterfall coming out. So we got our reservoir in place, pump vault is in. We're going to start positioning our AquaBlox. As you can see what we have here on a lot of our projects, we have a heavy duty fabric, rubber liner down below, and then another layer of that heavy fabric. Reason we have that here is this ground is loaded with rocks. So this is the type of stuff that's coming up out of the ground. So it's a rocky soil, kind of sandy. It's actually a lot of backfill material in here. What we're going to do next is put our AquaBlox in place. Cruz and his team is getting everything ready to do these walls around the perimeter. We should be making really good progress tomorrow. We'll drop the other liner in. They'll start doing their wall work around the perimeter, and then while they're doing that, we could seam this. Once we're done seaming here, we're going to shift So Mark, AJ, and I will jump up on top. We'll get our wetland excavated out up in this area. We have to reposition some of these blocks that they put in place, and then we're going to start connecting up with the pond over on this side. So here is the site where we're working. Wetland's going here in a waterfall. And I don't know if you'd see the excavator way over here. That is where we have to crawl up into the hillside to get the rocks. And it is painfully slow. Climb up, grab a rock, bring it down, drop it, and then we still have to shuffle them from here over. But that's so steep we can't get any other equipment up there. Start of day 2. Thankfully we got excavation and everything completed. We got our intake bay. Remember, that's going to be our pump area over there. That's a pre-filter, so all the water is going to get sucked into that section. One of the things I do want to point out is there will be a cold plunge.
I'm really excited.
Nice.
If you follow me, you know I do a lot of ice baths. So I wanted a feature that had to do with ice bathing next to my pond in my front yard, and that's what we're doing right now. This is going to be perfect. I ice bath every single day, and the key with ice baths is you have to get fully submerged up to your chin. So we're building an ice bath right here, and it's going to be about 4 feet tall with a bench inside that I'll be able to get in every single day, and it's going to have a cooling system that actually keeps it cold year round, even when it's hot outside. So excited.
What we're going to have is a series of stepping stones going right through the intake. So these are a Unilock product, so they're large slabs. So these are going to be really nice, and they're kind of like a dark slate gray, I guess. It'll kind of delineate this little area, take you across over to that cold plunge area, and then there's going to be an incredible Unilock fireplace kind of tucked in this corner over here. I'll probably have Cruz maybe describe this a little bit. He likes to pour concrete down here in the bottom to create a good structural base. Hey Cruz, could you give us a little description of why you choose to go with those concrete footings and everything down here on the bottom?
I mean, as you guys know, I have been doing hardscapes for 20 plus years, so we always have issues with walls sinking and moving, and you know, we had to find a better solution. So we have been doing concrete footings for all the walls or the steps that we do for our jobs. It has been working out really well.
Sure, but you have better long-term results.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's great. It didn't take that long. I mean, once you set those forms, I mean, it actually went really quick. Then once you start getting the blocks in there, so that'll go probably fast too, because you don't have to adjust anything.
No,
great.
It's everything is level, so we just go on top of it.
Nice.
I mean, we're gonna build this like in 2 hours.
That's awesome. All right, well, I can't wait to see. First layer of heavy duty fabric is going in place. This is what we call our rock pad material. It's a heavy duty geotextile, very thick and expensive, but it is cheap insurance when you look at the bigger picture. The last thing we want to do is compromise the overall structure of the system. This is used in geotechnical installations underneath roadways, behind retaining walls and things like that. It's going to kind of create a free-floating structure inside of here that's going to spread the weight out evenly. It's bridging over this concrete that is poured all the way around the perimeter, which is actually going to support all of those Unilock walls. One pebble, you get a piece of stone in between the membrane and that concrete. It could do 2 things. Number one, it could possibly pierce a hole through our membrane. If he puts in his block wall and it's sitting on top of a pebble, it could make that wobbly, or it could change the angle, which is going to completely change the installation. So what we're going to have to do is lay that fabric down, then we're going to come in and we'll fold it all in and make sure we're going to clean that entire surface off before we put our membrane in place. Now once this first layer is in place, it's going to hold everything. So I'm going to feel much better once we get this in position. Then we could move along pretty quickly. See how fast this goes. Once that base course is in place, everything is plumb. The next layers just go very quickly, putting a little bit of the adhesive in between the blocks. And then the way this system is designed, you can see it's got this little ridge here. It's almost like a tongue and groove type of a setup. So we have the tongue on this part and then a groove on the bottom part. So it just locks all those things in place. So this is just the structural component, locks everything in place. Then you have the decorative piece that goes over it. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So as work continues coming around this outside perimeter, next phase for us is to dig out a section of the waterfall and stream area, create like a little deep pocket So we're gonna have a waterfall not coming directly into this pond, but it's gonna be like a little offshoot. And the reason being, it's gonna be hard for us to transition into the rest of this wall system. So if we kind of dig out a small area behind it, we could then come in with our boulder work on the back side, and we could help to blend everything in place. Over on this side, the wall system is tying into our intake. So we have this nice line coming all the way up the back of here. So this will have 3 little streams of water flowing in from the pond over to our pumps. So we're going to try to set a couple of those stepping stones going across, which is going to lead you to the cold plunge as well as any of the other outdoor seating areas. The pond is just about completed. Still got a little bit of coping to do over here. So the deck's gonna overhang about a foot past the edge of this wall. Down on the bottom, we're coming in with a smaller river stone, so that way they can get in the water, walk around a little bit easier to walk around on everything. The other thing that we have to do by tomorrow is we have to come in and we have to get our piping in place. One of our pipes is gonna come along this back edge and it's gonna go as a jet right out in this corner. The other ones are gonna come underneath the deck and work their way all the way up over here to the top. And then over here, we're transitioning over into that natural boulder look. Water level here, like I said, about 7 inches down. So this is gonna have a nice layer of water coming in. What I like about this type of a concept, creating these little coves, is you have all that fast moving water is gonna cascade over that flat stone. It's gonna kind of well itself up in here. Then we're gonna have this big push of water coming out. We're gonna probably do some stepping stones or something in this area just so kids can kind of climb back and forth. Cruz and his team have to finish up all the details in here. We have to get our plumbing and piping in, and then we got a lot of work with our wetland. Full day in front of us. So the larger river rock has been installed around the perimeter, filling that entire gap. And now we're going to transition into the smaller river stone on the bottom, which is going to be a much easier surface if they ever decide to walk around or play or splash like that inside of here. So we're continuing to drop in big boulders, and now AJ is going to start jumping on some of the waterfalls. What we need to do is kind of close this joint off, make a watertight seal. So AJ, you want to tell us what you're going to be doing here?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be foaming over all this gravel right here in this back pocket, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop this heavy duty fabric over the top, and that's pretty much gonna seal this whole gap. Okay. That way none of the water escapes through the gravel. It all will force it over the rock.
All right, AJ, looks like you're done with all the foam, so what's our next step?
Now we're gonna put the heavy duty fabric over the top, push it down a little bit, and then we're gonna cover it with river gravel.
These guys have been busting their ass and have pretty much built a waterfall, creek, pond in like, I don't know, 24 hours. It's unbelievable how well they've done in the short amount of time. Now, I am a huge fan of running water. I even have running water in my house. So watching this get built, I'm very excited, not only for the way it looks, but the way that it sounds with some running water. I'm standing over, hopefully, where I'll be able to walk over the creek. And you know, if you have kids, they're gonna wanna be able to walk over the creek. So I'm really excited.
So we're doing our final connection here for the snorkel Centipede. This is kind of the basis of a filtration system. This bottom piece here we call Centipede. You can see it has a bunch of these openings in it. It actually has 231 square inches of open space, to be exact, to allow a specific flow rate coming out. Our goal here is we have high velocity water coming in from the 3-inch pipe. The water distributes down inside of this. Because of the difference in diameter from 3-inch up to 12-inch, we have a 93% reduction in water velocity. So any of the solids or sediments and things like that that are entrained in the water are going to have a chance to settle out, at least the big stuff. This is a clean out, so this is called our snorkel vault. Has a cap on top of it. For periodic maintenance, you're going to open that up. You're going to remove any of the sediments and solids that build up inside of that unit. So the AquaBlox go on top of this, and they're going to spread all the way across. Now on top of this, we're going to come in with layers of river rock. Start with a layer of 2 to 4 inch. Then we're going to go down 1.5 inches. Then we're going to go down to like a 1/2 inch material on the very top. So our next step, put these AquaBlox in place. Then we're going to start putting in our layers of river stone. Let me do a quick walkthrough, show you what we've done. So we have everything ready over here. Let's start over here where the deck is going to be. Deck guys must have got held up. They have not come back today. They're going to be putting in some joists coming across, overhanging this beautiful redwood deck. We have our intake bay over here. Remember, that's our pumping system. So we have all the pumps are installed, piping is run. There will be a stepping stone going right smack in the middle of that, so they'll have easy access from the patio here going to that incredible cold plunge that's being built over on the other side. Yeah, massive waterfall tucked into this little cove over here. They're bringing in electric for us as we speak, so we have power for cold plunge as well as the decorative water feature. A lot of whitewater action up here among these bigger boulders. Stepping stones coming across, and we have this big wide flat one right here dropping down into this little pocket, this little cove area, which is going to create a nice little push of water going out. Yesterday morning, I talked about the incredible geology here, walking around the hillside, but just look at all these rocks. And what I love about it is it's telling that good story. All the rock for this feature literally came from that hillside right up there. So it's just using the indigenous stone, which makes all the difference in the world. I am unfortunately having to leave this project. So Muscles project, really cool dude. We've been having a blast so far, kind of is in and out, giving us good thumbs up, and excited with all the progress and everything. But we got to go to the pond guy's place.